Hello scholars, this is Nicole. I am Miss DelPrete's sister and this is my chicken farm. I wanted to show you on career day a little bit about what it's like to be a farmer. We are farming pastured poultry, which is really just chickens, on land that we rent out on the North Fork of Long Island. So what we do is we put chickens in these pens and we grow them up until they're big enough to make into meat. The breed of chickens that we raise are called Cornish Cross. They are white chickens, as you can see. It's the same kind of chicken that you would buy in a grocery store, except they live out in the grass. So they eat this feed, which is an organic chicken feed, and they drink water from that over there, that red thing. And they also eat all of the bugs and the seeds and the little worms and stuff that they get out of the grass. We also have two goats. These are Dolly and Smokey. Smokey is the white one and Dolly is the brown one. We have goats because they help us to clear the grass that we don't want. So we move them each week and they eat all of the grass. As you can see, they've been in this spot for about a week, so we're going to move them today. We put them here because we wanted them to eat everything around this tree so that we could cut it down. I'll show you what it probably looked like before. You can tell that a lot of our field has like this overgrown bushes and trees and stuff. This is where the goats were last week, so we're cutting down that tree. But it's really hard to go in and like cut down one of those trees because there's all these little bushes on the ground. So when we put the fence around it and we put the goats in there, then they eat all the grass and all the bushes, and then we can go down and cut down the tree a lot more easily so we can bring our pens through. So the idea behind pastured poultry is that they live in pens that are mobile, which means that we can move them really easily, and we move them every day or every other day across the grass so that they can get off of their waste and they can get new grass to eat and new bugs, and it keeps them clean and healthy and happy. You might think that all chickens are raised this way, living outside in the grass and in the sunshine, but unfortunately that's not really the case. If you buy a chicken in the store, it was probably living inside. It was probably living in a warehouse for its whole life, and it didn't really get very much exercise, and it didn't really get any sunshine or grass or bugs. So we are aiming to produce a better quality product, a more tasty meat, and a more ethically raised chicken for consumption. So this is my husband Jared, and he's going to show us how he moves these pens each day across pasture. We built these last year, and they have about 100 chickens at maximum capacity. We've only got, I believe, 50 birds in here right now. These are younger birds. These are about a month old. They live out here for about 2 months before we can process them, which means slaughtering them and making them into meat, changing them from animals to meat. We do it in a really compassionate and ethical way. So if you are eating meat, you are eating animals, and we are the people that make it possible for you not to have to make that transition yourself. So when you're raising animals on pasture, which really just means in a field, one of the most important things is your grass. And you can see that we have a really wide variety of plants in our pasture. Some of it is just grass, like you would see in a park or in somebody's lawn, but some of it is pasture grass. Just all kinds of different weeds and plants and things that add variety to the nutrition of the animals that are grazing. Hi, Dolly. Some people think that goats eat anything. It's not really true. They will eat pretty much any plant, and they really love flowers. These goats used to live at our house, And a couple of times I tried to put flowers out on my steps, and they would always find them and eat them right away. So these are our largest chickens. They're about 10 weeks old, and they're going to be processed today. Looking good, happy and healthy. Nice clean feathers. Hey buddy. So this is our barn. We have one bay in the barn over here. I mentioned before that the birds live on pasture for about 2 months, but we process at 10 weeks. So for the first 2 weeks of their life, they spend their time in a brooder in our barn. And I will show you what that's. So this is the first one of our brooders. These birds are about a week old. That's their food. These are their heat lamps, and their water is over here. The birds need to be kept at over 90 degrees when they first come to us. They stay in these brooders for about 2 weeks, and we drop the temperature each day so that when they're a bit bigger, they're ready to go out in the grass. This is our second brooder. Don't mind her. These birds are about 2 weeks old, so they're going out to pasture this weekend. They have only one light because they're a bit older. They don't need as much heat. Those are the feeders over there, and then those are the waterers. So we get chickens every week. This box has 100 baby chicks in it. The chicks are 2 days old. They hatch out of eggs at a hatchery in Pennsylvania. And as soon as they're born, they put them in this box and they ship them up to us. Yeah. So the chickens can survive in the male because when they're born, they have nutrition from the yolk of the egg in their belly. And that keeps them fed and warm for a couple of days until they get to the farm and we get them some food and lights and everything. Some people think that the yolk of the egg is what turns into the chicken when the egg is fertilized, but that's not actually right. Sometimes when you crack an egg, you'll see that there's like a little white bump next to the yolk, and that little bundle of membranes is what actually would turn into the bird if the egg was fertilized. The eggs that you get in the grocery store haven't been fertilized, so they're not going to ever become chickens, but the hatchery that we buy our chicks from, they do that full time. That's all they do, is they hatch chicken eggs. So these guys are going out to the farm today. So we decided to become farmers as adults. We didn't go to school for this. We've had the goats and the chickens at our house since we got our house when we were like 25 years old. And we were always having them laying eggs, and then we did chickens for meat. We had the goats in milk for a while, so we were milking our goats twice a day. And we decided that it might be a cool idea to start a business and to try to farm commercially, to sell food to like our friends and family and then other people. And last year was our first year, so we were producing meat and eggs for the farmers market, and we were selling there. And then we also have like a delivery service for customers who pay us ahead of time, and then we deliver their groceries each week. So it's been working out pretty well. It's a really cool lifestyle, and we're excited to see where it takes us. So thanks for watching, and here's a little video of my baby boy Elijah feeding chickens. You gotta find the chickens. Where are they, honey? They're in the sun.